Okay, I want to take this segment to react and review to The Boys Season 4. And honestly, while I didn't think it was awful, it's not at all. I just did not love it. It just was not as good as maybe the second and third season. I think it was the third season mostly revolved around Soldier Boy, some like supposedly an old Soups character and old allies in the past. Yeah, like some of the supporting characters knew Soldier Boy in the past, and Butcher and the boys are just using Soldier Boy just to kill Homelander, and that obviously failed. But season four in general was just really about like how to deal with Victoria Newman and just also kind of using modern politics as well. No shock here. I mean, there is still a lot of that action and gore that goes over the top, and that is fine. I mean, that's really the tone of it. I mean, if you don't like the gore, if you can't handle, body parts being cut and body parts, you know, being sucked out of bodies and muscles, and you get the whole idea. If you can't handle the gore, Mortal Kombat style gore, then don't watch it. You know, you know. As for the character development, I mean, still Huey trying to be a bigger man, dealing with family problems, and Frenchie going through his own self crisis issues, and then Eminem, Marvin Milk or whatever, with his own family problem. It's sort of a bit similar, but at least it's important. And then obviously there's a personal rivalry between uh, Annie Starlight and some new character. I forgot her name, but I know that she's played by Valerie Curry, uh, someone who has a deep hatred towards Starlight in this movie. So there were a few new characters, like one of them who's like really smart as well, and allied with Homelander and the Seven. And of course, like more importantly, like Butcher doing his best to win over Ryan, Homelander's son, and also uh, what's her name? Ryan is also the son of Rebecca, who was the wife of Butcher, and then was raped by Homelander as well. So there's this weird triangle, but it's already explained in the second season. But Ryan like really going through self conflicts. I like the Will Ferrell cameo in season four. I love. I think it was one of the episodes. It does make fun of Marvel Studios with like how like Vought Entertainment like having phases planned out of like the next Vought movies, the next seven hero movies. I forgot which episode, but I thought that was really funny how like it kind of made fun of Marvel in their own way. So that was really cool. It's kind of a wild ride, I would say, but I mean the character journey of like with Homelander and Butcher, Annie, and shit, what's his name? Of Jack Quaid's character, not Doug. But yeah, like kind of they're still all screwed up, you know. And of course, how they dealt with Victoria Newman, it's also brutal. But I'm not going to spoil it. But it still deals with again like social commentary in politics in a way. Current issues that are going on in America, and of course, characters are like or extras protesting to crimes and things like that. And of course, there's more of Homelander descending to madness, which of course he does, and Butcher being more brutal, and now his obsession with Compound V while he's sick, and Starlight struggling with an off-screen storyline of what's it called, having an abortion and so forth. Yeah, I was gonna say Sister Sage and Firecracker, the new characters introduced. Yeah, Huey. I almost forgot about his name. Yeah, Huey, really being an important character. Trying to look after his dad, and minor spoiler, but his mother, who we didn't see before, shows up for the first time somewhere in season four. And there's like this, like this character kind of mimicking Spider-Man, but in a really disgusting way. It's kind of weird, but yeah. it does tend to be controversial, and that is kind of shocking. But of course, like Homelander being a symbol of for far right populations, being a symbol of what's right for America, while he has no shame of killing and torturing people and making fun of people and humiliating people. Think of Homelander as an evil Superman. Homelander is basically Superman if he was evil. And yeah, like still like with Vought, how they manipulate the media, how they're greedy and try to be powerful, their actions go unchecked. Kind of calls out superhero culture, which is interesting how it does, how that works. But yeah, I mean, of course, I think the criticism is right. You know what I mean? So, and like how they try to deal with Victoria Newman at some point, and with Butcher dying with because of compound V effects and Homelander's reign, how the boys plan to fight back, new threats. You get the whole idea. You know what I mean? But yeah, it does raise the bar in terms of like intensity. Creativity. I'm not sure. I guess that's always subjective, but the violence does get sometimes overshadow the plot and character development of Huey and Marvin, Kimiko, Frenchie, and so forth. But yeah, I would say like it's a bit too far, because season one was a bit dark. They're all dark, but like season one was dark, and then season two got darker, and then of course season three got darker, and it does push the boundary. So you know what I mean, and just Homelander's arc as a supervillain, how it keeps growing and growing and growing, and this whole conflict between Butcher and Homelander over what happened to Rebecca, who Butcher loved, So that was it. I think like what I think the issue to me with The Boys season four is really upping the shock value in a lot of ways. Because some of the episodes, although there is like an important story that they're trying to follow through, I wouldn't say anything meaningful, but I just thought that you know not just season four, but every episode I think kind of goes a bit too far. But to me, because of the tone they're setting, it's not exactly shocking. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't say I wasn't disappointed. I just didn't love season four as much as maybe the previous three seasons, but it's not terrible. At least one thing we do know for sure, season five will be the last season. So after season five, that's it for the boys, and that's fine. Maybe in 2 years, because like season three was like maybe 2022. I don't know when was season three, but anyway, it's good that season four was here, and also just to kind of promote season four. Homelander was used as a guest character and the new Mortal Kombat 1 game. Speaking of Mortal Kombat, I'll talk about that in a little bit, but uh yeah, I mean, if you haven't watched The Boys season 4 on Prime Video, go ahead. You'll have mixed feelings. Is it awful? No, but it certainly can be better than it was. So, but it's all right for what it is.